Whether you're buying a new home or are an existing homeowner, you want to save money on your home insurance. You're looking for ways to save without a lot of time and effort. That's where Allstate can help.
Check Allstate first, and you could save $574 on your home insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Handsome, chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod.
Pretty little episode.
Hello, it's the Handsome Pod with our first installment of what can only be described as an optimistic experiment. We thought we're going to bring you a pretty little episode where we answer your questions. We had a lot of people reaching out saying they had questions for us, and we want to hear what you're thinking about. I hope they're not obscene and offensive. I feel like they
Might
won't
that.
Please no.
Yeah, so every week it's a little bonus episode.
Yeah, it's a shorter app. It's this time it's all three of us. Sometimes it might be just some of us if you have questions for us specifically, but yeah.
These are the episodes that are all about you.
Yes.
Our handsome listeners. And we were overwhelmed with the response when we put on our Instagram page, who has a question for the Handsome Pod? A lot of you.
Yeah.
Questions for the Handsome Pod. So it'll be a while before we get to many of them, but we thought let's start somewhere.
We have to start somewhere, and we have a long road to go down. But thanks for the questions. I mean, it really was like, holy moly, we didn't realize everybody was itching.
A tidal wave of cues. So let us know what you think. And you can submit your questions to speakerpipe.com/handsomepod. Should we kick it off? Thomas, do you want to throw us a cue and we'll see who we got?
This first question comes from Megan.
Hi, May, Fortune, and Tig. This is Megan from Northern California. My question to you guys is, what is that one experience that you had during childhood that your family just won't let you live down? No matter what happens in life, they won't let you forget what you did.
It's so funny because just so you guys know, we have not heard any of these questions ahead of time. So it does sort of like bring all these memories back to me, at least, you know.
One popped into my mind right away. And I feel like this does get brought up quite a bit, which is that we went to a fancy restaurant one time and I was like 4, and we were walking through the restaurant and it was properly like a maitre d' and everybody's sitting, eating their meals. And as I was walking, with each step I took, I farted. So I was 4 and I didn't know didn't know it was fun. I was just like through the whole restaurant, and they were horrified.
Did they give you a nickname or anything?
Well, like what, Fortune? Tutor?
Hey, Tutor.
Hey, Tutor.
What's up, Tutor?
I feel like a bunch popped into your mind, Fortune, when you heard the question.
I mean, I probably do have things that I did when I was a kid that were ridiculous. But the one attitude I had that always gets brought up to me even today is when I was like a teenager. Girls are kind of bitchy at that age, and there are all these hormones going through our body. So we're just like, like, shut up, mom. There's a lot of that. Well, I was kind of going through my bitch phase.
Wait, you would actually say shut up to your mom?
Probably.
Wow.
If I
probably
had said
that to me as well.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I said that to my mother,
the world would have stopped turning.
I would not be here today.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going through your bitch phase.
I was going through my bitch phase, and you guys know I love food. I mean, food is like,
you've mentioned it,
the greatest. So I was always very particular about where we would go eat. And so they would always like, where does she want to go? Like my brothers were always like, wherever you want to go. Cause I would cause such a like stink about it. Like, I don't I don't want to. Why are we not going to Chili's? This is so stupid. And I would be very intense about it.
What a little bitch.
I know. I was like such a little bitch. And to this day, my brother's like, where do you want to go? And I'm like, I don't care. Like I truly don't care and have not cared for like 25 years.
Yeah.
But they are so like, if Fortune doesn't go where she wants to go,
she's gonna cause
be
a stink.
upset. And I'm like, I really don't care. They all call me like, where do you want to go? What sounds good to you? And I'm like, how am I still going through this all these years later?
Because you were ruthless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a bad side effect to have though, that now you still get to make the call.
I get to make the call.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Tig? Did you have
Well,
any-
mine has to do with food as well. I was a very picky eater as a child. I just liked cheese and pickles and nothing. My palate was not in order. And I remember my stepfather, he had made a sandwich for me, and I was like, oh, I don't want that. It had so many different things in the sandwich, and I
Yeah.
was so overwhelmed. And he said, well, Tig, just take off whatever you don't want. And so I did. I took everything off that I didn't want, and all that was in there was one little round pickle. And so I became famous in my house for my pickle sandwich.
That's so funny. Before McDonald's did veggie burgers and stuff, I dated a girl who would order a hamburger with no meat or cheese. So it was just that bun and then that like ketchup and
That
onion.
warm ketchup.
Yeah, with like the onion and pickle, and it was just the flattest little piece of. It was like a piece of paper. Yeah. Should we hear Megan's answer?
Yeah.
My answer is I am a pool pooper. I pooped in a resort pool when I was about 8 or 9 years old. My friend that I was in the pool with kept trying to perfect a handstand, and she wouldn't let me get out of the pool until she perfected it. And I just couldn't hold my load any longer, so I just let it go. And after I did, she ended up seeing my load at the bottom of the pool, and with her goggles on, went down to poke at it, and I tried to get her to stop. But we had to clear the pool because the lifeguard obviously saw the goods at the bottom. So in my family, oftentimes they just yell Baby Ruth, referring to the Sandlot
Yep.
scene,
That's what I was thinking about.
or just say pooping in the pool. So can't wait to hear your answers. And if I could freeze time, I would love to hang out with you guys for a day.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's nice.
I love the idea of their family just out of context going pooping in the pool.
Baby Ruth. It did make me think about that scene in The Sandlot where the kid drops the Baby Ruth in the pool and everyone thinks it's a dookie.
I'm kind of idolizing that friend who's like, you're not allowed out of the pool until I perfect this handstand.
Yeah. What a see you next Tuesday.
Thanks, Megan.
Yes, Megan, thank you so much for that. We'll always think of you when we
Drop a
also
load.
poop in the pool.
We dropped the goods.
I don't really understand that experience, thankfully.
Pooping in the pool, yeah, I have not done that.
Or just, yeah.
I gotta say, I don't really like. What were you eating, Megan? That the density of this poo floated right to the bottom, like
Dog poop.
yeah.
Like one of those little turds.
Oh my god.
Anyway, next one.
This question's from Pia.
Hi, Handsome Pod. My name is Pia. I'm a big fan from Germany. And I would love to know what are little things that each of you like to do, like tiny little things in day-to-day life that just make you happy and make you feel like yourself.
Pia. Little things that make us feel like ourselves.
Nice little things that you do for yourself.
I take a walk every day.
That's nice.
Just by yourself?
Well, today Stephanie joined me, but I really try to fit it in, and it clears my head. And I like also on my walks to make sure that I'm walking different directions on
Yeah.
streets so that I see different angles and notice shops or houses or
Yeah.
just anything that I've never noticed. And I think it's always good to remember to look up when you're walking because you can get so used to walking and just keeping your head straight.
Or
you
down
know?
if you're looking for pennies or something.
Yeah,
And you're missing
yeah.
the whole world.
But
Yeah.
it's a good thing to remember to look up.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, Fortune's got me addicted to this phone game now that she
Oh
casually
no, did I?
Yeah.
You asked.
she casually mentioned, and I have a pretty addictive personality, and now I got to break out of that so I can get back to looking up at the sky because I'm playing this fucking game.
I know it is addicting.
It really is, but I don't know. I like to watch some dark porn and.
Oh my God.
Really lightens my day.
No, I like a bath. I like to listen to music or play my guitar. Like sometimes just taking 10 minutes and strumming around.
I like to start my day not like in a panic. Like if I know I have to wake up at a certain time, I try to set the alarm like 10 minutes before that. Because my dog Biggie, he does sleep in the bed with us. And he comes in the morning and like kind of licks my hand if my alarm hasn't gone off yet, and he plops down like in my little arm nook, and then Jax will
Aw.
wake up and we'll have like 10 minutes of just like loving on him and cuddling, and it's just like a nice way to start the day, just in that kind of like love bubble with the two
Yeah.
of them.
That's heaven. Yeah.
Snuggle time.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Thanks,
awesome.
Pia.
Yeah, thanks, Pia.
And try dark porn if you haven't yet.
Just try it.
Okay, this next question comes from Adam.
Adam.
Hi, handsome little cowboys. This is Adam Bentley, and I want to know if you could dress up in any historical costume, what would you dress up as? And then what would you do for the day?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
Adam.
How many times have I been asked this?
Oh man,
Zero.
I would go with the knight costume, kind of from the Leonardo DiCaprio Romeo and Juliet style.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd go full knight, and I'd be just looking at people through fish tanks, and that's a reference to that movie.
I was like, wait a second. Oh, yeah.
Maybe you own a home, or maybe you're about to become a new homeowner. Either way, you're going to want to save time and money by switching to Allstate for your home insurance today.
Check Allstate first, and you could save $574 on your home insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Yeah.
I could see you in that outfit for sure.
Yeah, I'd like to go full knight, I think, and just ride around on a horse and maybe joust or something.
joust?
Yeah.
See, I was going to say I'd want to go full on, I wouldn't even say little cowboy, like full on cowboy.
Yeah, like turn of the century.
Yeah.
Cow. Yes. Yeah, that's
Cow-
fucking cool.
Cowboy. And I would probably ride the horse to all of the public parks that have the signs that have a horse with a circle and a line through it.
Oh,
There are parks that
In
say
LA?
no. Yeah,
Really?
no.
They say
yeah,
no horses?
yeah, and
Oh
it
my
cracks me up because I always picture someone just clomping along and then taking their horse. They're like, I'm gonna go to the park, and then pulling up, and then a sign's like no horses.
They're
And it's
like,
like,
"God
oh
damn."
shoot.
None of us are saying plague doctor. Those weird long masks. They're pretty creepy.
Oh. I would maybe go as Cleopatra.
Oh, pretty little lady.
Yeah, in a long gown.
A smoky eye.
Like a snake bracelet around my arm and eating grapes. And everyone would be like, who are you? I'm like, I'm Cleopatra, obviously.
God,
And they're like, oh, I would not have guessed that. I'm like, oh my God, really?
would you do a full wig like the?
Yeah, you
it's
gotta have the dark wig with the bangs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, got
Oh.
to.
God, I want to see it.
Yeah. If you want people to know who you are.
I'd be like, how do you not know I'm Cleopatra? You can't look at this wig.
Do you think Cleopatra was always like, oh my God, I totally need to go get my bangs done?
Probably.
Yeah.
Those straight bangs right across.
Yeah. Yeah. And her friends were like, you should totally grow your bangs out, Clea.
Yeah. She's like, no, it's my thing. I can't.
Yeah, I'm Cleopatra.
Cleopatra.
I really
Oh my
want
God.
We gotta get together, the three of us, and Tig, you be a full cowboy. I'll go knight and fortune in full Cleopatra.
Thomas, put it on the list.
That's right. Did Adam have an answer just out of curiosity?
He did. Here it is.
For me, I would dress up as a French dandy and go to Whole Foods shopping and just have fun.
Well, all right.
Okay, sweet and simple.
Yeah, and just have a laugh at Whole
I just wanna go to
Foods.
Whole
Yeah.
Foods. Get some
Why?
of that
Yeah.
organic.
No possible way this guy's going to Trader Joe's.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in that outfit.
Not our sweet and simple Adam. He's
Like a powdered face and a, yeah.
Let's do one last question.
Yeah.
Great. This
Yeah.
one's from Vicky.
What up, Vicky?
Give it to us,
Hi,
Vicky.
handsomes. My name is Vicky and I live in Scotland. I know Fortune and Tig are happily married and May is heavily involved with someone. But thinking prior to this, my question is, have you ever come across someone that got you all flustered or hot and bothered and proceeded to make a complete fool of yourself in that moment? And how did you recover it?
Oh my God, I love Vicky's accent.
Yeah.
Our no Fortune and Teague are married. I can't do it, but man.
Yeah, you really can't.
I loved it. Yeah.
I know Fortune and Teague are married.
I know in the past, but I'm thinking in the past, was there anyone who got you hot and bothered?
See,
that good?
May can do it good.
Yeah.
That was
Vicky.
good, May.
May's a real talent.
Yeah.
We're just Southerners.
The only thing I can think of is, can I say this? Yeah, there was someone who I would get so wound up around them that, like, yeah, I would just stammer. My heart was pounding. Like, I've rarely had this with anyone, and so I was gonna hang out with her with another friend, and my friend said, "Have you ever tried beta blockers?" And gave me like a beta blocker to actually stop my body from physiologically going, because I would just be making insane jokes. I'd be doing like physical comedy, like just
Oh, really?
pratfalls. Like I'd be oversharing. I was like bright red. It was really
Showing
psychotic.
your beehole.
Wow,
Showing
this
my
person
beehole.
really had an effect on you.
I know.
Was it me?
It was you. And then
Oh.
but then I took the beta blocker, and I was like, not that people take them for public speaking and stuff, right?
Oh, really?
Or if you're, because it
Just
just
like it just calms you or something?
it's not like a Valium or something where it actually is a sedative. It's like it stops your body from physiologically, like your heart racing and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it was a pretty remarkable difference. I was like a sane person. And then after that, I was okay. It was like I needed just one hangout with her where I wasn't a psychopath.
And did you ever get involved with her?
Never.
Never. Oh,
Never.
interesting.
Never, Yeah.
Yeah, I had somebody that I was just not so about, and we had met on a TV show working together, and every time I saw her, like for the years after that, we'd run into each other. I was like just over the moon for her.
Yeah.
And I felt like there was like some sort of something. But also I thought, well, maybe it's just me.
Would you just like talk a lot and blush and
I don't even know. I maybe I was just even telling her. I couldn't even control myself. Where I was like, I'm really into you, But we did become involved, and then I don't know if it's a matter of did me wrong or just wasn't quite as into me as I was into her. That kind of thing, you know.
I mean, you're starting out at such an imbalance there
Yeah.
when you've
Yeah.
pined, like when you've pined for someone, and it's like it's never gonna really be,
it totally. And that's what got me over it, where I was like, oh, like when I say, she did me wrong. I mean, we're still totally like pals, and I love her, and she's great and hilarious and all of those things. But,
And it was me.
It was May. But, for me, it's like if somebody kind of hurts my feelings in that way, it's kind of easy to move on.
Right.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I really followed this one into a hole. Like, I think I'm done.
Yeah, it's been 9 years with Jack, so I don't even remember.
Yeah, it's
how
hard.
that feeling was.
I
think the most reactions I had was probably back in the day when I was more in the closet, sort of the unrequited love.
Yes.
That was when I was the most like, "Ugh," like that putting lotion on my friend's arms, and
Yes.
that was when I was the most like physiological. Like I was like, oh my god, what is this feeling?
Yeah.
I definitely went through a phase where if someone who I had a crush on or was like starting to date would come and see me do stand up, I would bomb almost
Oh,
always.
really?
Yeah, because I'd try and I was too self-conscious about whether I was also cool, like, you know what I mean? And that's the enemy of comedy. And then I'd try something like out of the box, like I'd like some weird crowd work or something that would, I don't know. And so I think I'm over that now, but that was a real thing.
Oh, love.
It's interesting to be married because I was so out of my mind for Stephanie, and we've been together for so long that it almost feels like nothing kind of compares to the excitement around her.
Aw, that's nice.
It's true, but it's a different feeling of excitement.
Yeah.
It's
It's gratitude.
You feel safe. And
Yeah.
This is your person.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually if you're having that like cold sweat feel, that's like red flag. Usually, if you're
It's
like
supposed to be like fear.
yeah,
Is what that is.
What's supposed to be like fear?
That kind of crazy off the rails feeling is like it nerves. Like it's actually your body's saying like
this person could ruin you.
Yeah,
run away.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, when you have that kind of level of thing, it's usually not like your person.
Yeah.
Because there's like danger, like this
Stranger
person
danger.
can really break your heart, kind of thing. It's not the right one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's hear Vicky's answer.
My answer is about 13 years ago, I was a probationary police officer, just getting used to going out on the beat and driving the cars, etc. And one day, I was just leaving the station, about to get into the police car, when a woman called, "Excuse me." And I looked up and saw the most beautiful woman, long auburn hair with the sun shining at the back of her. Just stunningly, wow.
Out the back of her.
I was standing on the pavement with the door open, just about to get into the car, so turned and said, "Hi." Just at that, my foot slipped off the curb and I fully headbutted the roof of the police car and fell backwards onto the pavement. Both my partner and the woman just stared, jaws wide. Nothing was said prior to my partner making his way towards the woman, stating, "Just ignore her." There was no recovery for me other than to get into the car and sit quietly mortified. My chances of being heavily involved with this woman drifting into the ether, along with the heat from my burning cheeks and bump on my head.
First of all, that's a beautifully told anecdote.
I know.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking Vicky could have handcuffed her.
Oh God.
And the lady's like, "What is happening?"
Yeah. But also, Vicky sounds like a sort of a character from a British cop drama that would be a hot cop. Like you could picture a sort of I don't know. Did you ever see Prime Suspect with Helen Mirren? Anyway.
Oh, I never saw that.
Anyways.
2 against 1.
2 against 1. Well, thanks, Vicky.
What a
and
treat.
Thanks,
Yeah. Thanks
I love
everybody.
this. Hearing from our listeners is very cool.
Send in your questions to speakpipe.com/handsomepod.
And let us know what you think of this experiment, or if you think we should do it different. We're curious, so let us know.
Mm-hmm.
But be kind. Don't nothing crazy.
They're like,
Yeah.
no thanks.
Keep in mind, it's a free podcast, and we're giving you some extra free content.
That's right. We
If
just
you don't like it, move it along. But if you do, keep it handsome.
That's right. We just enjoy our handsome listeners, and we appreciate you listening to this pretty little episode.
In the meantime, keep it handsome.
Keep it handsome.
Keep it handsome.
Home insurance can be complicated, but it doesn't have to be. With Allstate, you can save time and money by switching your home insurance. They make it so easy to switch, you're going to be asking yourself why you waited so long to do it.
Check Allstate first, and you could save $574 on your home insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state, based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.